Find out what happens if you put salt in your shoes. Buddhist teachings. Have you ever wondered about the intriguing Buddhist practice of putting salt in your shoes? Do you know the profound significance of this ancient tradition rooted in Buddhist wisdom and Oriental medicine? Salt, a staple in our kitchens, has countless uses, but its spiritual and medicinal importance to Buddhists remains a well-kept secret. Many have experienced the culinary benefits of salt through family recipes, yet few realize its deeper implications. In today's video on The Journey of Wisdom, we delve into the hidden Zen story behind this practice and uncover 5 compelling reasons why you should consider putting salt in your shoes too. Stay with us until the end, as the final revelation will astonish you and leave you reflecting deeply. If you haven't joined our community yet, subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom and enable notifications so you never miss our latest insights. Buddhist story: what happens if we put salt in our shoes? In the heart of a valley, nestled amidst the mystical aura of the Japanese mountains, there stood an ancient Buddhist monastery. This sacred place, a guardian of age-old wisdom, served as a refuge for those in search of inner peace. Within its serene walls lived the elderly and revered monk Makoto, whose deep understanding of Buddhism and Oriental medicine shone like a guiding light in the darkness. One morning, as the golden rays of the sun filtered through the trees, Makoto gathered his disciples in the cloister of the monastery for their usual lesson. With a serene expression, he invited them to sit in a circle around him and began to speak in a warm, reassuring voice. "Every step we take on the path of life is a sacred journey," the monk began. "It is a path that leads us to self-knowledge and understanding of the universe around us. Just as we must prepare adequately for a long and tiring journey, we must also be ready to face the challenges of our earthly existence." The disciples listened intently, captivated by their master's words. When Makoto mentioned the ancient custom of putting salt in shoes, they were intrigued by this tradition, both ancient and mysterious. This practice, Makoto explained, dates back to the remotest past, when our ancestors traveled through wild and rugged lands. In those times, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a precious commodity, a symbol of purity and protection. The senior monk paused, allowing his words to settle like delicate sand in the minds of his disciples, before continuing. "I will now explain the 5 main reasons why the practice of putting salt in your shoes is so significant and important for our spiritual path and overall health." Firstly, Makoto said, salt has the power to absorb moisture, much like how the Buddha absorbed the suffering of the world. Placing salt in our shoes helps keep our steps light and agile. In Buddhist practice, humidity is often associated with the heaviness of worries and suffering. Just as water in our shoes during rain slows us down, so do the worries and tensions of the mind hinder our progress towards inner peace and enlightenment. Putting salt in your shoes symbolizes the desire to free yourself from this burden, to let go of worries, and to maintain a lightness of spirit despite challenges. Salt absorbs these worries, allowing our steps to remain light and agile as we continue our quest for inner peace and wisdom. To illustrate this point, Makoto shared the story of an old fisherman who, during a storm, saved his boat from sinking by throwing a bag of salt onto the deck to absorb the water. Secondly, Makoto continued, salt has purifying properties. It absorbs impurities, purifying our path and freeing it from harmful influences and spiritual obstacles. Putting salt in our shoes protects our mind and spirit from the deceptions and temptations of the outside world. To clarify this concept, the monk recounted the tale of a traveler who encountered a river infested with evil spirits. Thanks to the salt in his shoes, he crossed the river unscathed, protecting his mind and spirit from negative influences. The third reason, Makoto went on, is that salt helps us maintain balance. Just as the mountains around us symbolize stability and strength, salt in our shoes helps us stay grounded and steadfast amidst life's storms. The mountains surrounding the monastery represent stability and strength, said the monk. Just as these towering rock formations stand firm against the most violent storms, we too must maintain our inner stability when facing life's challenges. Salt in your shoes symbolizes this balance, anchoring our steps and preventing unwanted falls. Walking with salted shoes makes us feel more grounded, creating a deep connection with the earth. This balance impacts not only the body, but also the mind and spirit, inviting us to find harmony between different aspects of our existence. When we achieve this balance, we can face life's challenges with serenity and determination, unaffected by the ups and downs of our spiritual journey. To illustrate this, Makoto told the story of a young monk who, during a meditation by a stormy mountain stream, found perfect balance thanks to the salt he carried with him. As the disciples absorbed these stories, Makoto continued with the fourth reason. Salt also has healing properties, he said. In Oriental medicine, salt is considered a natural remedy for relieving pain and tension. Putting salt in your shoes can alleviate physical discomforts, as well as the mental ones encountered on our spiritual path. To demonstrate this, the monk shared the story of a farmer who, suffering from an open wound on his foot, found relief by soaking his foot in a saline solution. Finally, Makoto spoke of the fifth reason, highlighting the importance of gratitude. Salt is a precious gift from the earth, and using it mindfully reminds us to be grateful for everything life offers us, both joys and challenges. The disciples listened with deep reverence, understanding the wisdom behind this seemingly simple gesture. But Makoto had one more insight to share. Looking his disciples in the eyes, he added, "There is one final reason for this practice, which I saved for last due to its significance. Putting salt in your shoes is a rite of passage that connects us to past generations and all who have walked this earth before us. Each grain of salt represents their stories, challenges, and victories. When we place it in our shoes, we join an eternal bond of wisdom and resilience that transcends time and space, carrying their spirit and strength in our footsteps." The disciples were speechless, contemplating the depth of this simple gesture. They realized that for Makoto, putting salt in shoes was not just an ancient practice or a symbol of protection and purification, but a profound connection to humanity and the lives that came before them. How do you feel about the ancient practice of putting salt in your shoes as a symbol of protection, purification, and connection to our ancestors? Comment number 1 if you find it meaningful, or comment yes if you would try this practice yourself. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. Putting salt in your shoes. Buddhist teachings. In the timeless story, Putting Salt in Your Shoes, we uncover profound philosophical reflections and lessons deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings. This narrative, seemingly simple, reveals a wealth of wisdom about letting go of worries, purifying the mind and spirit, maintaining balance, healing, and cultivating gratitude. By exploring these themes, we gain insights into leading a more mindful, balanced, and fulfilling life. Join us as we delve into the deeper meanings of this story and discover how its lessons can be applied to our modern lives, fostering inner peace and spiritual growth. 1. Letting go of worries and keeping a light heart. One of the most profound teachings from the story, Putting Salt in Your Shoes, is the philosophy of letting go of worries and keeping a light heart. In our daily lives, we often find ourselves burdened with stress and anxiety, much like salt that absorbs moisture and becomes heavy. This metaphor beautifully captures the essence of how mental burdens can weigh us down. The philosophy here is simple yet powerful. By letting go of these worries, we can maintain a light heart and step forward with confidence. The lesson embedded in this philosophy is to focus on relieving the anxieties and stresses that plague our soul. When we do this, we not only preserve our spirit, but also boost our confidence, allowing us to move forward lightly on the path of life. This teaching resonates deeply with the Buddhist principle of mindfulness and the practice of staying present. As Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, "Smile, breathe, and go slowly." By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routine, we can begin to identify the sources of our worries and address them with calm and clarity. In modern life, the pressures of work, family, and societal expectations can make it difficult to maintain a light heart. We are constantly bombarded with information and demands that can overwhelm our senses and lead to chronic stress. However, by adopting a mindful approach and focusing on the present moment, we can begin to alleviate these pressures. For example, taking a few minutes each day to meditate or practice deep breathing can help clear our minds and reduce stress levels. Additionally, engaging in activities that bring joy and relaxation, such as spending time in nature or pursuing a hobby, can also contribute to a lighter heart and a more positive outlook on life. As Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." This timeless wisdom encourages us to let go of regrets and anxieties about what might come, and instead find peace in the here and now. For men aged 30 to 65, who often find themselves at the peak of their careers and personal responsibilities, this lesson is particularly relevant. The demands of providing for a family, advancing in one's career, and maintaining personal health can be immense. However, by prioritizing mental well-being and adopting a philosophy of letting go, one can navigate these challenges more effectively. It's about finding balance and understanding that some things are beyond our control. As the Dalai Lama once remarked, if a problem is fixable, if a situation is such that you can do something about it, then there is no need to worry. If it's not fixable, then there is no help in worrying. There is no benefit in worrying whatsoever. This perspective can be incredibly liberating, allowing individuals to focus their energy on what they can change and accept what they cannot. In practical terms, this might mean setting realistic goals, delegating tasks, and learning to say no when necessary. It also involves cultivating a support network of friends, family, or colleagues who can provide emotional and practical support. Furthermore, embracing a healthy lifestyle through regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep can greatly enhance one's ability to cope with stress. By making these changes, one can create a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Another key aspect of this teaching is the importance of self-compassion. Often, we are our harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossibly high standards and berating ourselves for perceived failures. By practicing self-compassion and treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend, we can begin to release some of the internal pressures that contribute to our worries. As the Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron advises, be kinder to yourself, and then let your kindness flood the world. This approach not only helps us maintain a light heart, but also enhances our relationships and interactions with others. In conclusion, the story Putting Salt in Your Shoes offers a timeless lesson on the importance of letting go of worries and keeping a light heart. By adopting this philosophy, we can navigate the challenges of modern life with greater ease and grace. This involves embracing mindfulness, practicing self-compassion and prioritizing our mental and physical well-being. By doing so, we can maintain our spirit, boost our confidence, and move forward lightly on the path of life, ultimately leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling existence. 2. Purifying the mind and spirit. The story, Putting Salt in Your Shoes, offers profound insights, especially when we consider the concept of purifying the mind and spirit. Just as salt has the remarkable ability to purify and remove impurities, we too must cleanse our minds and spirits from negative influences. This philosophy encourages us to actively work on maintaining a pure mental and emotional state, which is essential for leading a fulfilling and balanced life. Imagine the clarity and peace that come from a mind free of clutter and a spirit unburdened by negativity. To achieve this, it is crucial to stay away from temptations and negative external influences. This practice not only protects us from distractions, but also helps us maintain clarity in all situations, allowing us to navigate life with a sense of purpose and direction. Consider the story of Buddha and the bowl of water. One day, a disciple came to Buddha and asked how to attain peace of mind. Buddha handed him a bowl of water and asked him to stir it vigorously. The water became murky and chaotic. Buddha then told him to leave the bowl still for a while. As the disciple watched, the water gradually cleared, revealing the reflection of the sky above. Buddha explained that our mind is like that bowl of water. When it is agitated by negative thoughts and distractions, it becomes murky and unclear. But when we allow it to settle and purify, it reflects our true nature and the beauty around us. This story perfectly illustrates the importance of purifying our minds and spirits to achieve inner peace and clarity. In modern life, we are constantly bombarded with information, temptations, and distractions that can easily cloud our judgment and lead us astray. The pressures of work, social media, and societal expectations can all contribute to a polluted mind and spirit. To counteract this, it is essential to cultivate habits that promote mental and emotional purification. One effective way to do this is through mindfulness and meditation practices. These practices help us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to identify and let go of negative influences. As the Buddhist teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, we can clear our minds and reconnect with our true selves. Another practical approach is to surround ourselves with positive influences and environments. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, engage in activities that nourish your soul, and create a physical space that reflects tranquility and order. By doing so, you create a supportive environment that fosters mental and spiritual purification. Additionally, practicing gratitude can significantly impact our mindset. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we can shift our perspective and reduce the impact of negative influences. As Buddha wisely said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little, and if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick, and if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So, let us all be thankful." This perspective can help us maintain a pure and positive outlook, even in challenging times. For men aged 30 to 65, who often find themselves juggling multiple responsibilities and facing significant life pressures, the lesson of purifying the mind and spirit is particularly relevant. It serves as a reminder that amidst the chaos, taking time to cleanse our mental and emotional state is not only beneficial, but necessary for overall well-being. Consider asking yourself, what are the negative influences in my life that I need to let go of? Reflecting on this question can help you identify areas where purification is needed and take steps towards a clearer and more focused life. In conclusion, the story Putting Salt in Your Shoes and the accompanying philosophy of purifying the mind and spirit offer timeless wisdom that is highly applicable to our modern lives. By staying away from temptations and negative external influences, and by actively cultivating a pure and positive mindset, we can protect ourselves from distractions and maintain clarity in all situations. This practice not only enhances our mental and emotional well-being, but also enables us to lead more purposeful and fulfilling lives. So take a moment today to reflect on the state of your mind and spirit, and consider what steps you can take to purify and elevate them. How will you begin this journey of purification in your own life? 3. Maintaining balance. Imagine this scenario. You're told that putting salt in your shoes can help you maintain balance. This simple yet intriguing idea serves as a metaphor for the need to stay stable and determined in life. Just as salt helps to balance, we too must seek equilibrium in our actions and thoughts. Life is a constant dance between opposing forces, work and rest, action and reflection, joy and sorrow. The key is not to let one aspect dominate, but to find a harmonious balance that allows us to navigate challenges with confidence and calm. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, neglecting the importance of rest and reflection. Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This profound quote reminds us that inner peace and balance are essential for a fulfilling life. When we take time to rest and reflect, we recharge our minds and bodies, making us more effective in our actions. It's about finding that sweet spot where we are neither overworked nor idle, but actively engaged and rejuvenated. Balancing joy and sorrow is another crucial aspect of this philosophy. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows. There are storms we must weather. However, it's important to remember that sorrow is not the end, but a part of the journey. As the Buddha taught, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. By embracing both joy and sorrow, we learn to appreciate the highs and endure the lows. This balanced perspective helps us stay grounded and resilient, no matter what life throws our way. In your daily life, how do you balance work and rest? Do you find yourself swinging between extremes, or have you found a rhythm that keeps you centered? Reflecting on this can help you identify areas where you might need to adjust to achieve a more balanced and fulfilling life. Think about the times when you felt most at peace. What were you doing? How did you manage your time and energy? These reflections can guide you towards a more balanced lifestyle. Furthermore, achieving balance requires conscious effort and self-awareness. It's about listening to your body and mind and recognizing when you need to push forward and when to pull back. This self-awareness is a cornerstone of Buddhist teachings. The Buddha emphasized the importance of mindfulness, which is being present and fully engaged in the moment. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to our needs and can make better decisions that promote balance and well-being. Imagine facing a challenging situation at work or in your personal life. How would maintaining balance help you handle it better? Would you approach the problem with a calm mind and a clear perspective, or would you let stress and anxiety take over? By maintaining balance, you equip yourself with the tools to face challenges more effectively. You become like a well-balanced ship that can sail smoothly even through rough seas. In conclusion, the story of putting salt in your shoes is a beautiful reminder of the importance of balance in our lives. It's a call to seek equilibrium in everything we do, to balance work and rest, action and reflection, joy and sorrow. By doing so, we become more resilient, calm, and confident in the face of life's challenges. As we reflect on this lesson, let's ask ourselves, how can we incorporate more balance into our lives? What steps can we take today to create a more harmonious and fulfilling life? This reflection not only helps us grow, but also fosters a deeper connection with the teachings of Buddhism, guiding us towards a path of inner peace and wisdom. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to mastering the profound lessons from the story, Putting Salt in Your Shoes. Comment below with salt wisdom to affirm your commitment to these enlightening teachings. Don't go anywhere. There's still a treasure trove of insights we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the wisdom that will help you achieve inner peace and spiritual growth. 4. Healing and pain relief. In the Buddhist story, Putting Salt in Your Shoes, we find profound lessons on healing and pain relief, not just for our physical selves, but for our mental and spiritual well-being as well. This story underscores the importance of holistic self-care, integrating natural and traditional methods to address the stresses and pains of modern life. Just as salt, a simple yet powerful element, has the ability to heal and relieve pain, we must also embrace practices that nurture both our bodies and souls. This philosophy aligns closely with the teachings of Buddha, who emphasize the need for balance and mindfulness in our lives. To keep the body in good health is a duty, Buddha said. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. Reflecting on this, we can draw parallels to how we manage our own lives today. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to neglect the essential aspects of self-care. We often prioritize external achievements and material success, forgetting that true well-being comes from within. Taking a step back to focus on our mental and spiritual health can be incredibly transformative. For instance, incorporating meditation and mindfulness practices into our daily routines can significantly reduce stress and promote a sense of peace. As the Dalai Lama wisely noted, if you feel burnout setting in, if you feel demoralized and exhausted, it is best, for the sake of everyone, to withdraw and restore yourself. Moreover, traditional and natural remedies such as using herbs, practicing yoga, or even engaging in simple mindful activities like walking in nature can have profound effects on our overall health. These methods not only help in managing physical pain, but also in alleviating emotional and mental burdens. The story of Putting Salt in Your Shoes serves as a metaphor for this holistic approach to healing. Just as salt is absorbed through the skin, bringing relief to the body, practices that nurture our spirit seep into our consciousness, providing deep and lasting comfort. Incorporating these practices into our lives requires a shift in mindset. We must acknowledge that taking care of our mental and spiritual health is as important as taking care of our physical health. This holistic approach is echoed in the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, who said, "To be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself." By embracing who we are and attending to our inner needs, we cultivate a state of balance and harmony. It's also essential to recognize the role of community and support systems in our journey toward healing. Sharing our experiences and seeking guidance from others can provide invaluable insights and encouragement. In the same way, salt enhances the flavors in food. The support of loved ones and mentors enhances our ability to heal and grow. This interconnectedness is a core principle in Buddhist teachings, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and that collective strength can lead to individual healing. In today's world, where stress and anxiety are rampant, it's crucial to adopt practices that promote holistic well-being. Start by incorporating small, mindful habits into your daily routine. Whether it's taking a few minutes to meditate, practicing gratitude, or engaging in activities that bring you joy, these small steps can lead to significant changes over time. Ultimately, the story of putting salt in your shoes teaches us that healing and pain relief come from a combination of physical, mental, and spiritual care. Embrace natural and traditional methods, seek support from your community, and prioritize self-care in all its forms. By doing so, you not only enhance your own well-being, but also set an example for others to follow. As you navigate the challenges of life, remember that true healing comes from within, and that by nurturing your body and soul, you can achieve a harmonious and fulfilling life. 5. Gratitude and connection with the past. When we delve into the philosophical reflections and lessons from the story Putting Salt in Your Shoes, we discover a wealth of wisdom that can profoundly influence our daily lives. Salt, often seen as a humble ingredient, symbolizes much more than just a seasoning. It's a precious gift from Mother Earth, reminding us to cultivate gratitude for all that life offers, both joys and challenges. By appreciating the small things and the difficulties that shape us, we build a deep connection with our past, drawing strength from the experiences of previous generations. A young boy who felt overwhelmed by the challenges he faced in life. His grandmother, wise and nurturing, advised him to put salt in his shoes every night. She explained that just as salt enhances the flavor of food, it could enhance his resilience and courage. Every morning, as he put on his shoes, he remembered his grandmother's words and felt a renewed sense of strength and gratitude for his heritage. This simple act of putting salt in his shoes became a daily ritual of mindfulness and connection to his ancestors. In Buddhist teachings, gratitude is a fundamental practice. It's about acknowledging and appreciating the present moment, recognizing the efforts of those who came before us, and understanding the interconnectedness of all life. When we practice gratitude, we become aware of the abundance around us, even in times of hardship. This awareness cultivates a positive mindset and helps us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Consider the story of a monk who lived in a small village. Every day, he would walk to the river to collect water. On his way, he would silently thank the trees for providing shade, the birds for their songs, and the earth for supporting his journey. One day, during a particularly harsh winter, the river froze and the villagers were worried about their water supply. The monk remained calm and grateful, knowing that the challenges were temporary and that spring would soon bring flowing water again. His unwavering gratitude and connection to nature inspired the villagers to remain hopeful and patient, eventually leading them through the difficult season. Now, let's reflect on our own lives. How often do we take a moment to appreciate the simple things, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a loved one, the lessons learned from a tough situation? By practicing gratitude daily, we can transform our perspective and find joy in the ordinary. It's not just about saying thank you, it's about feeling a deep sense of appreciation for the journey, with all its twists and turns. One powerful way to cultivate gratitude is through storytelling. Sharing stories of our ancestors, their struggles and their triumphs helps us feel connected to a larger narrative. It's a reminder that we are part of something greater than ourselves. These stories carry valuable lessons and inspire us to face our own challenges with courage and humility. For instance, think about the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha. Born into a life of luxury, he was shielded from the harsh realities of the world. However, once he encountered suffering, he set out on a journey to understand and overcome it. His story is a testament to the power of gratitude and perseverance. Despite the hardships he faced, Siddhartha remained grateful for each experience, seeing them as opportunities for growth and enlightenment. As we incorporate these teachings into our lives, we should ask ourselves, what are we grateful for today? How can we honor the legacy of those who came before us? By pondering these questions, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of gratitude and its transformative power. In conclusion, the story of putting salt in your shoes and the lessons from Buddhist teachings remind us of the importance of gratitude and our connection to the past. By appreciating the small things and the challenges that shape us, we draw strength from previous generations and navigate life with a positive mindset. Embrace gratitude daily, share stories that inspire, and always remember the precious gift of salt, both in your shoes and in your heart. This practice will not only enrich your life, but also create a ripple effect, inspiring others to find joy and resilience in their own journeys. What simple act of gratitude can you practice today to strengthen your connection to the past and enrich your present moment? Thank you for joining us today on the Journey of Wisdom as we explored the intriguing practice of putting salt in your shoes and its profound significance in Buddhist teachings. Remember, this ancient tradition offers not just physical benefits, but also spiritual insights that can enrich your life. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos filled with timeless wisdom and practical teachings. Until next time, keep walking the path of mindfulness and inner peace.